Although the subject of my speech is exponential tree is a lie, I will not be speaking about exponential trees because I don't want you to bore to death. But my speech is about lies and decision making. So, what happens if you have to decide a terrible choice? If you have to decide whether to torture someone or not, will you do it? Almost everybody say, no, I won't do it because it's unethical. Stanley Milgram made an experiment in 1970s. He made an advertisement about, you can gain $4 for an hour of experiment. So many people gathered up, and then they choose whether they're going to be the teacher or the learner. The roles are made up, and then the experiment consists like this. So, each term, the teacher says a word pair, and then the learner, tries to memorize those words. The teacher asks for, gives the word, and then asks what is the pair of it. If the subject gives the correct choice, it's good. If the subject gives the wrong choice, it will be electrocuted by a small voltage, starting from 15 volts up until to 450 volts. The experiment starts. It is going slowly, easy. After some wrong choices, electrocutions are made, 15 volts, 30 volts, 45 volts. After 75 and 90 volts, the subjects start to tremble. It hurts, they said. The teacher wants to stop. The instructor said, please continue. They continued. After some time, because with the electricity and the compound stress, the learner started to give more wrong answers, and then the voltage went up until 150 volts, 200 volts. They started to scream, please, I don't want to do this. The teacher says, I don't want to do this. Should we do this? The instructor said, you have to go on. Please continue. And they continued. After 300 volts, the learners started to shake, tremble. One of them cried, I have a pacemaker. Please stop this. I don't want to die. The teacher, once a respected and confident bank manager, is now shaking, biting his nails, unable to decide what I'm going to do. The instructor said, you must finish this. Please go on. The experiment continued on and on and on. So, how many persons do you think finished all the experiment up until the 450 volts? Milgram made a poll before the experiment between university professors, between psychologists, and between his colleagues. They all gave answers 3%, 5%, or 10%. The answer is 65% of the subjects continued all the way to the end and gave 450 volts of electricity to the subjects. But the teacher didn't know one thing. The learners are trained actors. They weren't electrocuted. They are acting like electrocuted. No human is harmed, at least physically, but the experiment changed the teachers dramatically. Milgram's experiment made a very controversial, impact on the society. He did this experiment because of the trial of a Nazi officer and trying to answer whether will you do the bad things because of you want to, or will you do those bad things because that you're under someone else's influence? And that experiment gives the second one. You can do bad things, terrible, horrible things under some authority. But will that make you not responsible for it?